Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Just Like You show. I am your host, Alexis Christine, and I am a spiritual mindset coach and Reiki master, helping women break through their limiting beliefs, rewire their brain, and manifest the life of their dreams. Just Like You is a podcast for all of the divine souls looking for guidance on their healing and ascension journey. We explore the depths of the universe, hold space for vulnerable conversations about spirituality and self-development, delve into the esoteric things like how to manifest, star seeds, the astral realm, and shed light on taboo topics such as plant medicine and so much more. I am honored that you are here to take this journey with me. I want everyone listening to be able to leave each episode feeling inspired and having learned something tangible to take away into their day-to-day life. If you feel called to work with me or explore this work deeper, please reach out at imalexischristine.com, or you can DM me on Instagram at iam.alexischristine. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the very first episode of the Just Like You show. I am your host, Alexis Christine, and I'm so excited to have you all here today. Now, I know most of the people listening are probably going to be my friends and family, and you guys already know who I am. But for those of you who have found me through Instagram or through TikTok or stumbled across me on any of the podcast platform pages, I just wanted to do a little bit of an intro episode and talk about who I am and why I'm starting this podcast, kind of just a little bit of a background info so you know what you're getting into. So I'm originally from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, currently living the life in London, England, and I am a life coach. I am in the process of getting my holistic coaching accreditation. So when that's done, I'll be able to add a lot more modalities to my offerings. But at the moment, what I'm focusing on is helping people break through their limiting beliefs, healing their past traumas, inner child work, shadow work, and also helping people change their lifestyle completely if you're struggling in the health and fitness field. So creating some healthy habits, pushing through those mental blocks, really implementing exercise and healthy eating into your actual lifestyle in a way that you find enjoyable instead of like viewing it as a chore or something that you have to do or something that's just really not enticing to you. Because when we don't enjoy something, regardless of what it is in our lives, we don't really do it. We always find excuses to just not. So that's something that I help people with. If that's something that you're interested in, feel free to DM me on Instagram or shoot me an email. My Instagram is at iam.alexischristine. My TikTok is the same. And then my email is fitgirlflexis, FLEXIS, @gmail.com. So you can contact me there. I started my journey through, I want to say, like it was like a massive spiritual awakening, but it started with a weight loss journey way back in the day. So growing up, I was raised with a very strict outlook on food because my grandparents, I guess, had lived through World War II and the war camps and that sort of thing. My parents were raised with the mindset of you have to eat everything that's on your plate because obviously my grandparents came from scarcity, right? And so that was also implemented into my household. So I spent hours some nights sitting at the table just not wanting to eat my fish or whatever else was on my plate. And I wasn't allowed to leave until it was done. And then my parents, trying to do the best that they could for us, obviously wanted us to eat all of the healthy foods and really limited any of the sugary, snacky type of foods. So then I somehow developed the mindset of those foods were A, bad, but B, not allowed. And so whenever I did have access to them, I just kind of binged them because my mindset was I'm never going to be able to eat this again because I'm not allowed to eat them at home. It also developed into secret eating. So when we did have things like bread or cheese or anything that like is still really yummy, but you should be eating in moderation, I would just like sneak down at night and like make a grilled cheese or like eat in the fridge really quickly and then like hide it and like go upstairs to my room. And so, just develop some really unhealthy eating habits and relationships with food. And my entire life, like I don't even remember a time where I wasn't worrying about my weight. Like I remember in elementary school, I was always telling people, oh, I'll do this when I'm skinny. And then people would respond with, oh, but you are skinny. And I'd be like, no, I'm not. Like when I'm skinny, we can do it. And that's like when I'm 10 or 11, right? Like that's when I'm super young. So I've always just had this kind of internal battle in that way. And then when I moved away to university, the very first time where I had complete food freedom, you better believe I took full advantage of it. And I got into a very, very unhealthy cycle of just eating basically pizza and like grilled cheeses and fried chicken wraps and like all of those things just nonstop. And within the first 3 years of university, I ended up gaining 50 pounds. And at my heaviest, I was 214 pounds, which is around 97 kilos, on a 5'3" frame. And I don't know what that is in centimeters. I think that's like 160 for those of you who use centimeters, but you might have to just Google it to make sure. And yeah, it was just not a very healthy lifestyle. I was super angry all the time. I was feeling lethargic, like my body didn't feel good. And I was just not in a very good mindset. Like my mental health, I wasn't depressed or anything. I wouldn't say that I noticeably had mental health issues, but as an outsider looking in on me, it was like I was always negative. I was always judging people. I was always very quick to anger and very snappy. I had a huge thing with repressing my emotions. So unless it was anger, I never really showed any emotions. I never cried. I never was empathetic towards anyone. Like I was just very much, my friends would call me like a stone heart or an ice heart because there was just nothing there. And then my weight loss journey really started when I went through a breakup in, was it end of third year? I think it was the end of third year uni. And he had made some comments about my weight. And that's where I kind of just like realized, holy crap, I am like quite large for my size. Because I guess like when you're still dating and you're still having fun and you're not shopping in plus size, like I guess for me, like I just didn't notice how big I had actually gotten, even though like I was definitely at an unhealthy weight. And so that started my continuous years of yo-yo dieting. I had done some diets and stuff in high school as well, but nothing like crazy because obviously I hadn't been super overweight. And so, yeah, I started yo-yo dieting back and forth, would lose weight, would gain it, would lose weight, would gain it. Ended up moving to London. And again, did the same thing. I lost some weight naturally just because London's such a walkable city and I was no longer living in a suburb driving everywhere. But then as soon as I moved back to Toronto, I gained it all back and then some. And I basically was just in this super, super toxic cycle until one day it just kind of clicked for me. Like I think I had just tried so many different things that come 2018, everything just kind of aligned for me in my life. And I found the different ways to make this a lifestyle for me. So instead of feeling like I was forced to eat healthy, I had to restrict everything. I had to go to the gym 24/7, etc. I found a way to make those things enjoyable in my life and actually incorporate them within things that I really wanted to do. So I didn't feel like I had to force myself to do it. And I talk about all of the steps I used in my ebook, The ACE Method, if you guys want to check that out. It's a full 6-step process with the full instructions and like ridiculous amount of details of everything that I went through, everything I used, every single thing that I did to kind of make that into a sustainable lifestyle. And that year, 2018, I lost all of the weight. And now it's been, I want to say 4 years, and I've just been sustainably living my life, not really focusing on my food or exercise unless I'm like going through a specific cut or bulk with the gym. And I haven't had to worry about any type of weight gain. I don't track my food. Like I literally am just the epitome of living freely. And I've been able to sustain my weight loss, which if you are struggling with your weight, you know that that's probably the hardest part is once you've lost it to actually keep it off. So that's kind of where my journey started. And that's why I'm so passionate about that section of my coaching is helping people change their lifestyles, because I know such immense joy and freedom that I found once I figured that out. And I just want to be able to give everyone the same thing, because I've also been clearly on the other side where you're really struggling. And it's just not a fun place to be. I just want to help people. And then from there was slowly when I started getting into the spiritual side of my journey. So for me, I view the weight loss as like the beginning, because within that I started to get into like yoga and that sort of thing. And that's when you start learning about the breath work and what meditation and that sort of thing can do for the mind and the body. And then when I moved back to London the second time, again, this was like the start of the pandemic, coronavirus. I was having some decent mental health issues, like nothing again crazy. Like I didn't have depression or anything, but I knew that mentally I wasn't really doing okay. Like I had to stay off social media. I was struggling to have conversations with people. Like I just wanted to kind of isolate myself and be alone. And started seeing someone that also ended as a shit show, essentially. And that kind of sparked my very intense healing process, where I started going through the inner child healing, the shadow work, really learning to release all of my repressed emotions, which honestly, guys, like you got to do it. It is completely life-changing. And then I started getting into all these different modalities like herbalism, traditional Chinese medicine, Kundalini, breath work, all of these different things, human design, astrology. Like I could literally go on forever. The list just goes on and on and on. And it's been just completely life-changing. And then with all of those, and with being able to heal my inner traumas and release all of those mental blocks and everything else, my manifestations just started coming in like crazy. And manifesting, you guys, like if you aren't aware, like everything in this world is energy. We are energy. You can create your own damn reality, right? Like you guys, if you don't know this, like pick up Joe Dispenza's book, start reading it, look up Abraham Hicks. Like there's so much information out there where we really don't have to be stuck in these mundane lives that we hate. Like we have full control over everything we create in our reality. So it's just a wild ass journey, honestly, you guys, but that's kind of where I'm at now. I'm learning more about quantum jumping and like really calling in those manifestations and creating the life that I want for myself. And this podcast is part of it. And I'm just really excited to share everything that I've kind of learned and gone through and discovered in this journey. And that's what this podcast is going to be about. And that's kind of who I am and where I'm at. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to, my chair cracked. Feel free to shoot me a DM on Instagram or shoot me an email. I'm always, always, always happy to help and answer any questions. And I just want to share the knowledge so that everyone in this world can just live happy and live free, because life will be so much better for all of us when we're all happy and we're all in a great state of mind. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the season, enjoy the podcast. If you do, please share us with your friends, share us on your stories, give us a review. All I want to do is spread the word and help people. This is completely unpaid. It's just a passion project for me. I'm not going to be having any ads or anything. So I really do appreciate all of the support you guys will give me. I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing day, and I will chat to you soon in the next episode.